Alright, so I'm doing another drawing video. Well, this is like I already drew this like maybe like a week ago, but I'm doing like a voiceover. Because low-key, I don't know what the hell I'm doing with these drawing videos as far as like drawing it and posting it. It's a different thing to have stuff you already drew and then kind of go over like the sketchbooks and like a mini tour and stuff. But anyways, yeah, I wanted to to make a voiceover to talk about like pet peeves I find in drawing. I mean, when it comes to like art, there's really mainly one pet peeve. But to get to the point, it's basically the pet peeve of like the people. I don't know how to word it correctly, but basically, one of my pet peeves in art is basically people who make a big deal about drawings not being realistic. But yeah, anyways, yeah, the whole idea of, oh, this art's not realistic or whatever, and I find it really annoying because one, it's art. It's like you can make it whatever you want. Two, it's like it's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. And I see stuff here and there that, like, for example, when I look up like references on Pinterest and I look up like certain like drawings and stuff, they'll be like, oh, this is how you draw. I'll give a couple examples. The one will be like, oh, this is how you draw a male versus a female. Like, males tend to have, for example, like broader shoulders or whatever, and then females tend to have maybe like wider waists or whatever, like stuff that's basically like an average male and average female, like differences they can point out. But people will, in like comments, or people will comment on it and be like, well, actually, um, I have this body type, or not every woman has this body type, or not every man is like, it's like, dude, yeah, no shit, buddy. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, we know. But it's like, it's so annoying because it's like, dude, why are you picking apart all the time? It's like it's the basis. I saw like different examples of that, like that specific example where like they'll show like male difference versus female difference. Like for example, like hands, a lot of hands, male hands are bigger and wider and stockier than like female hands are a little, like the fingers are like more skinnier and like more frail and like more dainty and like smaller. And they'll be like, oh well, not all women's hands are like this, or my hands are not like this. It's like, yeah, we know, but like, dude, if we had to show them like the average male versus the average female, this is what it is. And I feel like with art, people focus on making it so realistic, or so like everybody gets so offended, and it's so annoying. And it's just like, bro, calm down. And then another example I saw was like a couple of days ago where it was a dude, and was it a real life reference? No, it was like it was like a drawing of like a dude, and no, it was like a doll. Sorry, it was a doll. And sometimes, for people who don't know, but like sometimes dolls or action figures are really good references because it's like a 3D model in itself. But anyways, there was like this doll or like this like action figure or whatever, and I don't know what it was specifically, but it was like I had a dude. He like the dude itself. It wasn't even like human. It looked like he was like a demi-human or some type of like human combined with like a creature or something. But he had like this like vicious V-taper. Like he had like a like a V-taper. If you don't know what V-taper is, it's basically like when for the male body, it's like the shoulders are like the widest part of your torso, and then the most narrowest part of your torso is your waist. So, some people in real life, a lot of dudes, on average, they have like a stockier waist. They have like their waist is like average. It's like kind of wide, and you have some dudes who have a skinnier waist, and some dudes have broader shoulders, or it's what et cetera, et cetera. And someone made a comment. It was so like lame. It was so stupid. He was like, I have a body like this, but it's kind of unrealistic because the rib cage doesn't connect well to the rest of the torso or whatever. And I was just like, what? And I looked at the comments. Everybody was replying like, they were like, dude, what are you talking about? It's a doll. Calm down. And it's like, bro, it's a doll. It's not meant to be real. But people were still complaining. Well, it's kind of unrealistic. Blah blah. Blah. It's like, it's so dumb. To me, like, people take stuff like that so serious. It's like, even when it's an action figure or a character or a drawing, they like, that's so unrealistic. It's a drawing. You can make whatever the hell you want, dude. It's not real life. I don't know why people don't understand that. And another example I'll give is this is a real life example where there's this girl that she posts something on Pinterest, and a lot of stuff's on Pinterest. I'm not giving examples of, but she posted something on Pinterest, and um basically, uh, sorry I had to cut off, but yeah, basically, it was a picture of this girl. She was like at the beach, and it's on Pinterest again. Um, but she was at the beach, and she just posted like a picture of herself, and like it kind of blew up. So she was at the beach. She was in the water, and her body type was on the curvy side, and I think it's because her waist or hips ratio to her like her torso was like a little bit wider. Like she had like a, how do you describe it? Like a pear shaped body type. How, like you compare different body types to like different fruits or different shapes. She had like a, basically her hips were like pretty wide, and she had like a pretty curvy body type. And basically, a lot of girls in the comments were like basically like almost like triggered, like borderline. They were like, this is not real. This is definitely Photoshop or et cetera, et cetera. And her body type wasn't like anything crazy. Like, bro, I used to work at a gym. I used to see like crazier like body types from like guys and girls, but especially girls, like where their hips are like way wider, or like waist hips. Her hips are like their hips are like way wider, and that's just everybody's body's different, and so people are like kind of like almost like, nah, this is not realistic, blah 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 blah. I'm like, bro, I remember I made a comment. I was like, bro, I was like, dude, like this is nothing serious. This is nothing crazy. I remember she commented the girl who posted it, or the posted the original pic. She commented under what I said and basically agreeing with me and stuff. And I was just basically making a point of like, dude, like they're even calling out people who have like naturally like quote unquote disproportionate body types, and they're like, oh, that's not realistic. It's to the point where there's people who are calling people's real body types not realistic. Like what? Like how does that make sense? Some girl just posted a pic of her like at the beach. She has a curvier body, and they're like, nah, that's Photoshop. And it's just like, bro, go outside. And I feel like a lot of this happens a lot with the art community, because a lot of the people in the art community are really sensitive for no reason. And it's just like, bro, calm down. And same thing, I saw with a dude too. I saw a dude with like, he has like a, I know I'm rambling at this point, but he has like a dude with like a V-taper. Like his shoulders are really broad, but his waist is like really skinny. And some people are like in the comments, I don't know, what's anything serious, but I'm using examples. But people are like, how does one achieve a body like this? Kind of like trolling. And it's kind of like, in general, it just kind of makes no sense, because people be like, when they see a character or like someone with like for example a female character with like a big bust size, they'll be like, oh, that's not realistic. Even though like, dude, I've seen girls like that walking around, and then they'll make some like, they'll say some stuff about like, oh, this is unrealistic, and guys and girls, and it's just like, it's so dumb. Like, because for me too, like for me, I work out, and like my body type is pretty like my shoulders are really broad, and my waist is like really skinny. So my like body type is like, would be quote unquote unrealistic, but it's just more, I don't know how to describe it. Like for example, as someone who has like a body type that's like for average dudes, a lot of dudes can't achieve the body type I have, just because my body's different from everybody else's. There's some body types like, even if I train my hardest, I could not achieve to my like male peers. And there's some dudes out there that can't really like achieve the body type I have. It's like, there's extreme, I get where they're coming from, but it's like, there's people with like more like, people with broader shoulders and people with like wider waists. Everybody's body type's different. There's gonna be people who are like average, and there's gonna be people who have like a crazy looking body type naturally. That's just how it is. Like that's just how it is. I've had people comment on my body, like friends, or just making jokes or whatever. This is not art related, but just like commenting, saying like, yo, like basically how like my body type is and stuff like that. Like how it's like pretty like, my body type's like pretty crazy as far as like, it's rare, it's harder to achieve. But that's just how my body is, and how like other people's bodies are. So basically, I'm kind of ranting at this point, but it's basically like kind of finding annoying how people look at certain characters, even people in real life, and be like, oh, that's unrealistic. And they dismiss it as like that's not real and stuff. Like, dude, like I don't know why people get so offended on that. It's not that big of a deal, dude. But yeah, that's just a pet peeve I had in art. I probably have more pet peeves, but that's a big one. I hate when people like point out stuff that's unrealistic just because their body's different. Everybody's different. Even characters, there's some characters that are like hella extreme, yeah, to the point where nobody could have that body type, yeah, that makes sense. But there's sometimes where like, there's people out there who have certain bodies that are like unachievable for most people. That's just how it is. But yeah, pretty much that. Yeah, I was drawing this girl from Kill Bill, which I've never watched. I gotta watch that. But yeah, I'm trying to get better at painting and stuff like that. So there's like a short drawing or whatever. Yeah, I have like a couple seconds left on this video. But yeah, that's pretty much it.